let's be honest here. Most superhero movies kind of fall flat. There's some great moments, but overall they're kind of lacking a bit. The character development's a little low, or just it's kind of seems to be all about a big fight scene or big explosion. I love the Marvel movies, but really maybe aside from Winter Soldier, there's nothing that really overly stands out as being a completely good film all the way through. The DC films, hit and miss. If you take out Christopher Nolan, it's pretty much shit as far as I can tell. Um, and say all the Fox films. The original Spider-Man couple movies were good. Spider-Man 2 was really good. Uh, the X-Men franchise had some promising moments, but then again, all of us kind of they deviated from the source material so much. The characters all felt a little strange, and I always kind of felt like they were trying to rewrite the book. I mean, you cast a really tall Aussie to play Wolverine. Who's to be short. But brings me to today's little vlog posting. I went and saw Logan, and I'll try to be spoiler free on this, but it was fantastic. Seriously, excellent movie, start to finish. Really, really well done. Um, Easily Hugh Jackman's best performance of Wolverine, which I saw today. He's played in 10 different movies at this point, which is pretty unreal. Patrick Stewart, so good in this. So good. And the new girl, whose name I can't remember, and I should have looked up before I started. I will say maybe not Millie Brown, or the girl from Stranger Things. Maybe not that good, but really, really well done for first movie. This kid's got a career. Nothing about performance pulled me out. It was believable all the way through. There was a character change about maybe 2/3 of the way of the movie that kind of maybe wish they hadn't made with her, but that was more probably directorial choice. But overall, she was excellent, and just the story was so well done. It kind of reminded me of watching John Wick 2, which I watched a couple weeks ago, and that you're watching this movie, and I think it's about 2/3 of the way through, I realized wow, the cinematography is really good in this film. Didn't occur to me to even think about it as I'm watching this film, and as I'm watching John Wick, how well everything was put together. Logan's kind of the same way. Just really engrossed in the story, and didn't occur to me to a good chunk of the way through. Wow, this is really well put together. It's the action sequences are well thought out. Nothing felt fake. Nothing felt forced. The characters felt true. The performances were true, and there was none of that none of that shtick that's so common with these movies. The big bad fight scene. Now there are some some good fight scenes, but they didn't feel forced. They felt natural to the story, and it didn't feel like everything was leading up to this one moment, and then you're like, ugh. It just felt like, oh, this is just part of what needs to happen for this part to continue on to the next part. There were some heavy moments in the movie. Not to give anything away, but it was just such an enjoyable movie. I'm kind of bummed that that era of the X-Men is over now, because they finally got it right. After watching all the other crap movies they made with these characters I grew up with and loved, they finally did one right. It's kind of like watching Deadpool. You're like, finally, because this is a character who people totally loved, and they just butchered him in one movie. And combined with a lot of the Fox properties, they just they seem to constantly find a way to screw it up. No matter what they do, they screw it up there. Where we'll change the characters around, change archetypes around, just yeah, it's just I don't know, ranting a little bit, but needless to say, Logan was incredibly well done, and I'm so glad that they finally got to give that character the proper story and the proper film. James Mangold, I believe, was the director, and I think he did the last one, which for the most part was a good movie. I thought the last 20 minutes were kind of pretty asinine, but leading up to that, it was a good take on Logan in Japan or Wolverine Japan. That was the story. But this one just kind of felt like just a proper X Men movie. That being said, it wasn't really an X Men movie, which is even better. It was really much a standalone flick. Obviously there's some things tie in, but it's let me adjust the camera here. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Anyway, so like there's it's an X Men movie, but it's not. It wasn't something where you felt like we have to tie it in a bunch of other stuff. For as much as everybody wants to have that shared universe thing, it's really nice when they do a movie that it's its own thing. There are some there are characters that are coming, recurring, and they reference some other moments, but it's not like this thing you don't have to watch all dozen Fox films to get this thing. And frankly, you don't have to. After if you it's the only one to watch, you can just watch it for what it is and not watch the rest of them. This kind of reminds me a little bit of watching Dark Knight. In that like okay, there's not a great villain in this one, but that moment you're like, wow, a superhero movie can be like a piece of art. It can be really well acted, really really well done. The performances can get awards. I don't know if this one will. I mean, it's pretty early in the damn year, so who the hell knows? But as I said, I thought Hugh Jackman was fantastic in this, and Patrick Stewart was just killing it. I wouldn't be shocked if there was some sort of mention at some point. Although once again this is early in the year, and typically movies put out in the spring or winter don't really become Oscar bait. So we'll see. But very very long story short, and I'm about 7.5 minutes in, so it's a very very long story. Go see the movie. You won't be disappointed. Even if it's just you want to kill some time, it's seriously like one of the better emotionally driven action films I've seen in a long time. And if you're a fan of the character, like this is Hugh Jackman has said that was his last outing. Stewart even said that was his last outing as the characters. This is a really fitting way for those guys to end their pretty long career playing these two characters. I mean, so Jackman's on 10 films. I don't know how many times Stewart's appeared as Xavier, but it's got to be 6 or 7 at this point. And this was a really great way to kind of say goodbye to those two characters and to their impact on superhero cinema. So go see the movie. Catch you guys tomorrow.